There is a quote by John Donne: "No man is an island. Entire of itself, every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main." This phrase, "no man is an island," means that no one is truly self-sufficient. Everyone must rely on the company and comfort of others in order to thrive.
Environmental philosophy is the discipline that studies the moral relationships of human beings with the environment in its non-human contents.
Philosophers believe that the human person has the ability to change the environment to suit his purposes. It will enable them to become aware of their interrelationship and its related issues in our society and their impact on the lives of human persons. Ang pilosopiyang pangkalikasan ay ang disiplina na nag-aaral ng mga moral na relasyon ng tao kasama ang kapaligiran at ang mga nilalaman nito na hindi tao. Mga pilosopo ay naniniwala na ang tao ay may kakayahang baguhin ang kapaligiran upang umangkop sa kaniyang mga layunin. Ito ay magbibigay daan sa kanila na malaman ang kanilang relasyon at ang kaugnayan nitong mga isyu sa ating lipunan at ang epekto nito sa buhay ng mga tao. What is the world made of? Saan gawa ang mundo? How did the world come into being? Paano nabuo ang mundo? And how can we explain the process of change? Paano natin ipapaliwanag ang proseso ng pagbabago? Were philosophical questions already brought up approximately 600 before the Common Era in the Western Union seaport town of Miletus across the Aegean Sea from Athens, Greece. The speculation of the pre-Socratic philosophers represents a paradigm shift, a change from mythical explanation of the origins of the cosmos to a more rational explanation. Ang haka-haka ng mga pre-Socratic philosophers ay kumakatawan sa isang paradigm shift, isang pagbabago mula sa katang-isip na paliwanag ng pinagmulan ng cosmos tungo sa higit pa makatwirang paliwanag. Eastern sages prove nature's depth intuitively through the eyes of spiritual sages, which Greek thinkers viewed nature through cognitive and scientific eyes. These thinkers were looking for the underlying laws of nature. They wanted to understand the processes of nature by studying nature itself, not by listening to the stories about the gods. Ang sage o pantas sa classical na filosofiya ay isang taong nakamit ang karunungan. Ang termino ay ginamit din ng palitan ng isang mabuting tao at isang mabait na tao. Nais nila na maunawaan ang mga proseso ng kalikasan sa pamamagitan ng pag-aaral sa kalikasan mismo, hindi sa pamamagitan ng pakikinig sa mga kwento tungkol sa mga Diyos.
According to Payne, there are two frameworks where humans can be related. For the first one there is anthropocentric model. Based on this model, humans are superior and central to the universe. Thus, it is human-centered, which means it is a worldview that considers human to be the most important factor and value in the universe. It focuses on their culture, individualism, mind, calculative, human over or against environments, and global or technological. The picture shown represents what an anthropocentric model is.
Ecocentric model. In the context of environmental ethics, an ecocentric view is one that holds that Earth's ecology and ecosystems, including its atmosphere, water, land, and all life forms, have intrinsic value, meaning they should be protected and valued even if they can't be used by humans as resources. So why is ecocentric model important? Its importance is for multiple reasons. In ethical terms, ecocentrism expands the moral community and ethics from being just about ourselves. It means we are not concerned only with humanity. We extend respect and care to all life, and indeed to terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems themselves.
A carbon footprint refers to the amount of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gas emissions generated by human activity. It is also one of the primary indicators used to understand one's impact on global warming. Ang carbon footprint ay tumutukoy sa dami ng carbon dioxide at iba pang greenhouse gas emissions na nabuo ng aktibidad ng tao. Isa rin ito sa mga pangunahing tagapagpahiwatig na ginagamit upang maunawaan ang epekto ng isang tao sa global warming.
Ecocentric model. It is the ecological or relational integrity of the humans that provides meaning of our morals and values, and it is nature-centered, devoted to preserving the totality of Earth's biodiversity and the functioning of its life-supporting system. Nature, wild, wholesome, body, relational, earth, wisdom, ecology over against human.
Ancient thinkers. Anaximander, a pre-Socratic philosopher and scientist, said about the creation destruction. According to him, the sketch of the genesis of the world cosmology. The evolution of the world begins with the generation of opposites in certain rigid nature. Nature is indeterminate, boundless in the sense that no boundaries between the warm and or the moist and dry regions are originally present within. Anaximander postulated eternal motion, along with the apeiron, as the originating cause of the world. This motion caused opposites, such as hot and cold, to be separated from one another as the world came into being.
While according to Pythagoras, universe is a living embodiment of nature's order, harmony, and beauty. He sees our relationship with the universe involving biophilia, love of other living things, and cosmophilia, love of other living beings.
Modern thinkers. Herbert Marcuse said about the power of humans over nature. According to Marcuse, human beings develop through a self-formative process wherein the external world, nature, is appropriated and transformed according to human needs, while George Herbert Mead tackled about our duties and responsibilities.
Immanuel Kant was a German philosopher and one of the foremost thinkers of the Enlightenment. His comprehensive and systematic work in epistemology, the theory of knowledge, ethics, and aesthetics greatly influenced all subsequent philosophy, especially the various schools of Kantianism and idealism. His moral philosophy is a philosophy of freedom. Without human freedom, thought Kant, moral appraisal and moral responsibility would be impossible. Kant believed that if a person could not act otherwise, then his or her act can have no moral worth.
Show that care for the environment contributes to health, well-being, and sustainable development. There are numerous theories to show care for the environment aside from the ecocentric model, such as deep ecology, social ecology, and ecofeminism. To name some, deep ecology is an ecological philosophy developed by Norwegian philosopher Arnes in the early 1970s, asserting that all life forms have an equal right to exist, and human needs and desires have no priority over those of other organisms. Believed that the living environment should be respected and regarded as having rights to flourish, independent of its utility to humans.
Theory that shows care for the environment is the social ecology theory. It is a critical social theory founded by American anarchist and libertarian socialist author Murray Bookchin. Conceptualized as a critic of current social, political, and anti-ecological trends, it espouses a constructive, ecological, communitarian, and ethical approach to society. In simpler words, social ecology emphasizes the importance of having a more equal society formed by cooperation rather than individual profits. It also aims to set up a moral, decentralized, and united society guided by reasons. In political ecology, it is a theory that is based by communalism, which opposes the current capitalist system of production and consumption.
Ecofeminism. It is also called feminism,
branch of feminism that examines the connection between woman and nature. Its name was coined by French feminist Françoise Devon in 1974, a philosophical idea that combines feminism and ecology concerns, emphasizing that both suffer from their treatment by a male-dominated society. Comes from the idea that women and nature have significant connections, since women most often have a close association with nature in many societies due to the nature of their traditional role.
Prudence is defined as the ability to have good judgment that allows avoidance of danger and risks. Meanwhile, fragility is the act of using money or other resources wisely and practically.
Hi everyone, my name is Javerne Marie M. Tingson, and my topic is all about prudence and frugality. So first, let's discuss about the word prudence. So what is prudence? Prudence covers good judgment, considering the consequences of an action, using common sense and discretion, exercising caution, and conforming to reason and decency. So, ano ba ang Tagalog ng prudence? So, sa Tagalog ng prudence is pagiging maingat. Prudence is defined as the act of being careful, often with money. So, for example, checking your bank account before you spend money. A female given name, one of the Puritan virtue names, the quality or fact of being prudent. Next, we have frugality. What is frugality? The quality of being thrifty, sparing or economical in the consumption of resources, and avoiding waste, lavishness, or extravagance. Ano ba sa Tagalog ang frugality? Sa Tagalog, ito ay pagtitipid. The definition of frugal is not spending a lot of money and not being wasteful. An example of frugal is someone who uses coupons to buy groceries.
Arising from the discussions, Fromm suggested a new society that should inspire the development of a new human being that will nurture prudence and fairness or frugality towards environment. These are some of the functions of Fromm's envisioned society. 1. The enthusiasm to offer up all forms of having in order to fully be. 2. Being fully present where one is. 3. Trying to lessen greed, hate, and illusions as much as one is adept. 4. Making the full growth of oneself and of one's fellow beings the utmost goal of living. 5. Not deceiving others, but also not being deceived by others. One may be called acquitted but not naive. 6. Freedom that is not uncertainly but the possibility to be oneself, not as a bundle of greedy desires, but as a carefully balanced structure that at any moment is threatened with the alternatives of growth or decay, life or death. 7. Happiness in the manner of ever-growing aliveness, whatever the extreme point is the destiny permits one to reach. For living as full as one can be so agreeable that the concern for what one might not attain has a little chance to develop. 8. Joy that comes from giving and sharing, not from hoarding and manipulating. 9. Developing one's capacity for love, together with one's capacity for critical and sentimental thought. 10. Shedding one's narcissism and accepting the catastrophic boundaries inherent in human survival.